David Lynch, the master of surreal cinema, who created haunting masterpieces such as Twin Peaks and Mulholland Drive, has just passed away at the age of 78. But what caused his life to end in tragedy? What legacy did he leave behind for the arts? Let's explore the hidden corners of the life and career of David Lynch, an eccentric genius, an irreplaceable legend. Don't take your eyes off this video. Early life and education. David Keith Lynch was born on January 20th, 1946, in Missoula, Montana. His father, Donald Walton Lynch, 1915-2007, was a research scientist for the United States Department of Agriculture, and his mother, Edwina Sunny Lynch, née Sundberg, 1919-2004, was an English tutor. Two of Lynch's great-grandparents were Finnish-Swedish immigrants who came to the United States in the 19th century. He was raised in a Presbyterian household. Because of his father's work, the Lynch family moved frequently. When Lynch was only 2 months old, the family moved to Sandpoint, Idaho. They later moved to Spokane, Washington, Durham, North Carolina, Boise, Idaho, and Alexandria, Virginia. The constant change of pace did not faze Lynch. On the contrary, he quickly integrated and made friends whenever he moved to a new school. Looking back on his childhood, Lynch shared, "I saw the world as a wonderful thing when I was a kid. Of course, I had my fears like any other kid. But for me, school was like a punishment, a deprivation of freedom. The teachers did not encourage creativity or a positive attitude." In addition to studying, Lynch joined the Boy Scouts, achieved the rank of Eagle, and was one of the Scouts who attended the inauguration of President John F. Kennedy on his 15th birthday. Lynch also loved painting from a young age, and while living in Virginia, he was encouraged to pursue art by a friend of his mother, who was a professional painter. The first film he saw was Wait Till the Sun Shines, Nellie, 1950, directed by Henry King. Lynch attended high school at Francis C. Hammond School in Alexandria, where he did not excel academically but was well liked by his peers. After graduating, he decided to study painting, starting at the Corcoran School of Art and Design in Washington, D.C., before transferring to the School of the Museum of Fine Arts, Boston, in 1964. However, after a year, he felt uninspired and decided to leave school. Lynch and his friend Jack Fisk decided to travel to Europe for 3 years, hoping to study with the painter Oskar Kokoschka at his school in Salzburg. However, when they arrived, they found that Kokoschka was not there, and they spent only 2 weeks in Europe before returning to the United States. Could Lynch's early years have shaped his later, enigmatic style? Let's take a look at the early years that led him to this world of cinema. Film career. David Lynch, one of the most prominent and influential directors in the contemporary film industry, has built his career through a combination of surreal imagery, haunting stories, and bizarre, mystical elements, which are still considered an indispensable feature of his filmmaking style. Lynch is one of the pioneers who take audiences into chaotic, psychological spaces, thereby exploring the hidden corners of people and society. His career began in the early 1970s when Lynch was a student at the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. It was here that he began making short films, including 6 Men Getting Sick, 1967, which marked Lynch's debut in the film industry. After a while, he moved to Los Angeles and began making daring film projects, one of which was Eraserhead, 1977. This is a film that represents Lynch's artistic style, full of surrealism, and is considered a masterpiece of art cinema. With strange images and sounds, Eraserhead immerses viewers in a dark and uneasy world, showing the dark aspects of human life. The film quickly attracted the attention of the public and experts, becoming one of the classics in the art cinema genre. After the resounding success of Eraserhead, Lynch continued to affirm his talent through the film The Elephant Man, 1980, based on the true story of a severely disfigured man named Joseph Merrick. This was a major turning point in Lynch's career, when he had the opportunity to work with a larger budget and with a famous cast, including John Hurt and Anthony Hopkins. The Elephant Man not only brought Lynch widespread critical acclaim, but also earned him an Oscar nomination for Best Director, marking a turning point in his career. The film, while not as surreal as Eraserhead, retained the strong emotional characteristics and humanistic themes that Lynch was so familiar with, showing his concern for people who were rejected by society. Lynch's next step in his career was Blue Velvet, 1986, which is considered one of the most controversial works of his career. Blue Velvet is not only a thrilling story about a small town with dark secrets, but also reflects on human confrontation with violence, desire, and alienation. The work received praise from critics, but was also criticized for the way Lynch explored sensitive and violent topics directly. However, this film reaffirmed Lynch's unique approach to filmmaking, with its iconic imagery and story, and expanded his reach to a wider audience. It is impossible not to mention Twin Peaks 90, one of Lynch's most notable works. This is a television series that combines elements of thriller, mystery, and surrealism, telling the story of Laura Palmer's murder case in a small town full of complex and mysterious relationships. Twin Peaks was not only a commercial success, but also had a profound influence on the television industry, helping to reshape the thriller genre. Although it only lasted for 2 seasons, Twin Peaks is still considered one of the most influential series in television history, paving the way for other television genres such as The X-Files and Lost. The series attracted attention not only for its thrilling and mysterious plots, but also for the way Lynch explored deep themes about humanity, obsession, and the mystery of life. From there, Lynch's career continued to develop with works such as Wild at Heart, 1990, Mulholland Drive, 2001, and Inland Empire, 2006, films that still retain Lynch's characteristics, with confusing stories, non-linear structures, and poetic images. Throughout his career, Lynch has not only been a director, but also a producer, screenwriter, artist, and music composer. His works, regardless of genre, always have a combination of images, music, and intense emotions, making the audience unable to take their eyes off the screen and leaving a deep impression. David Lynch is not only widely known for his films and television series, but is also a multi-talented artist with significant contributions in many other fields, such as painting, music, and writing. Multi-talented artist. His creative career has always been associated with profound explorations of human nature, surrealism, and dark areas of the mind that few dare to face. Lynch has incorporated these elements into his works, making them not just simple stories but intense, emotional experiences, where the audience must face unanswered questions, strange situations, and haunting scenes. One of the outstanding aspects of Lynch's career is his passion for painting, which he has pursued in parallel with cinema. Lynch is not only a director, but also a talented painter. He has created a series of paintings and sculptures strongly influenced by surrealism and abstraction. His paintings are not only reflections of ideas and emotions, but also powerful moments containing the strangeness and harshness of life. They are not just images, but also fragments of his mind, expressing deep thoughts about human disorder, emotions that cannot be expressed in words. In addition to painting, music is also an indispensable part of Lynch's career. He not only creates the characteristic sound spaces in his films, but also composes and performs the music himself. The albums Crazy Clown Time, 2011, and The Big Dream, 2013, are clear evidence of his musical career. These works are not simply music, but an extension of the world that Lynch creates. The strange melodies, strange sounds full of mystery and haunting, clearly reflecting the themes that he has exploited in his films. Lynch's music is often deeply personal, with elements of unpredictability and a sense of unease, much like his films. Lynch has also tried his hand at writing, another area he has continued to explore. He has published books and essays on art and personal thoughts, with works such as Catching the Big Fish, Meditation, Consciousness, and Creativity 2006, in which he shares insights on creativity, meditation, and the importance of the mind in the artistic process. These books are not only records of his creative process, but also stories about how he views the world around him. In them, Lynch explores not only artistic techniques, but also the spiritual aspects of art and the importance of maintaining stillness and focus in creative work. David Lynch, not only is he a talented creator in the film industry, but his personal life is also full of complex and interesting relationships, from long-lasting marriages to romantic relationships with big stars. How has Lynch's love life affected his career and personality? Relationships. David Lynch, in addition to his outstanding film career, also had a rather complicated love life with several relationships that lasted for many years. His first relationship took place in January 1968, when Lynch married Peggy Reevey. The couple had a daughter, Jennifer Lynch, born in 1968, who also became a famous director. However, this marriage did not last long, and in 1974, they decided to divorce. Although the relationship did not last, Jennifer Lynch remained close to her father and worked with him on several film projects later. After their divorce, Lynch married a second time in June 1977 to Mary Fisk. The couple had a son, Austin Jack Lynch, born in 1982. However, this marriage was also short-lived, and they separated in 1985 before officially divorcing in 1987. Despite the end of the marriage, Lynch maintained a close relationship with her son, Austin Jack, who later became a director. During the 1980s, Lynch began a high-profile relationship with actress Isabella Rossellini. Their relationship lasted from 1986 to 1991, a time when both of their careers flourished. Rossellini, who is known for her roles in Lynch films such as Blue Velvet, 1986, shared an important period in his life with him. Although they did not marry, the relationship remains one of the most talked about in Lynch's life. After his relationship with Rossellini, Lynch met Mary Sweeney, his longtime editor and producer. Their relationship developed quickly, and in 1992, they had a son, Riley Sweeney Lynch. Mary Sweeney was not only a life partner, but also a close collaborator in Lynch's work, co-writing and producing many of his important works, including The Straight Story 99, a film about change and the search for peace in life. The couple married in May 2006, but filed for divorce in June of that year, just a month after their wedding. While the marriage did not last, their working relationship continued for many years. Lynch eventually found a new partner in 2009 when he married actress Emily Stovall. Stoffel appeared in Lynch's film Inland Empire 2006 and was also part of the 2017 revival of Twin Peaks. The couple has a daughter, Lula Boginia Lynch, who was born in 2012. Lynch and Stoffel's relationship seemed to be happy during their early years. However, in 2023, Stoffel filed for divorce, marking another end to Lynch's love life. Despite this, a divorce settlement was reached in December 2024, but a final divorce decree had not been issued by the court at the time of Lynch's death. David Lynch, although known for his surreal and socially critical art, is a very personal and sometimes controversial political figure. What are his views? Political views. He has admitted that he is not a political person and feels that his understanding of the field is quite limited. However, Lynch has attracted public attention for his sometimes controversial views and actions throughout his career. In the 1990s, Lynch described himself as a libertarian, believing in a low level of government intervention in people's lives, except for minimal regulations such as traffic lights. However, his political views have evolved over the years. By 2006, Lynch officially identified as a Democrat, although he admitted that he did not always agree with the party. One reason was that he disagreed with the party's strict smoking regulations, even though Lynch himself was a smoker. However, he felt aligned with the party on social and political issues. While not always consistent in his political views, Lynch has made notable decisions in U.S. presidential elections. He voted for Ronald Reagan in 1984, supported the Natural Law Party in 2000, and later supported Bernie Sanders in 2016. However, Lynch has not been shy about speaking out about controversial politicians like Donald Trump. In a 2018 interview, he said that Trump could be one of the greatest presidents, emphasizing the disruption he brought to American politics. However, when these statements were taken out of context, Lynch quickly clarified his position, asserting that he did not support Trump and did not believe he could go down in history as a great president if he continued to implement divisive and painful policies. Lynch is also a strong voice on social and international issues. He has publicly supported the Black Lives Matter movement and criticized injustice and racism in American society. At the same time, he has not hesitated to condemn Russia's invasion of Ukraine, directly criticized President Vladimir Putin, and warned of the consequences he would face if he continued to pursue this path full of absurdity. Not only is he known for his innovative film work, but he is also a passionate advocate of Transcendental Meditation, TM. This meditation method has become an important part of his life and career. Have you ever wondered if meditation can bring about profound changes in life and creativity like Lynch has experienced? Let's explore the journey and influence of Transcendental Meditation in David Lynch's life. Transcendental Meditation. David Lynch is a passionate advocate of Transcendental Meditation, TM, a spiritual practice that he began practicing in 1973. Lynch first met Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, the founder of the Transcendental Meditation movement, in 1975 at the Spiritual Rebirth Movement Center in Los Angeles. Their relationship grew stronger, and Lynch attended a Millionaire's Enlightenment course in 2003, which cost a whopping $1 million. With a deep belief in the value of transcendental meditation, Lynch founded the David Lynch Foundation for Consciousness-Based Peace and Education in 2005, which funds scholarships for high school students and funds research into the impact of the practice on learning and creativity. Along with colleagues such as John Hagelin and Fred Travis of the Maharishi University of Management, Lynch tours universities to spread his vision of the benefits of transcendental meditation. He is also a board member of Maharishi University of Management, and has organized the annual David Lynch Weekend for World Peace and Meditation since 2005. One of Lynch's notable projects is the construction of a complex of buildings where 8,000 people will practice advanced meditation techniques to infuse peace into the world. Despite an estimated total cost of $7 billion, Lynch spent more than $400,000 of his own money and raised more than $1 million to make his dream a reality. His vision extended beyond creating meditation spaces to charity concerts like Change Begins Within in 2009, which featured artists such as Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and Sheryl Crow. In Catching the Big Fish, 2006, Lynch shared that transcendental meditation had a profound impact on his creative process, helping him explore previously unseen depths of his mind. He also took the time to attend the Maharishi's funeral in India in 2008, saying, in his lifetime, he revolutionized the lives of millions of people. In 2009, Lynch continued to contribute to the movement by filming a documentary about the Maharishi documenting the people who met and learned from him. Lynch has not only practiced it personally, but has also promoted it through documentaries such as David Wants to Fly, 2010, and Beyond the Noise, 2011, where he shares his journey and thoughts on the impact of transcendental meditation. In 2013, Lynch wrote, "Transcendental meditation leads to a beautiful and peaceful revolution, a shift from suffering and negativity to happiness and a life without problems." With the view that transcendental meditation is not just a meditation method, but a tool to raise consciousness, Lynch has gone on to create a $500 million World Peace Initiative by 2022 to fund 30,000 college students to participate in the Transcendental Meditation program. Lynch's work and vision for bringing transcendental meditation into everyday life have become increasingly influential, not only to him personally, but to the global community as a whole. David Lynch, the legendary filmmaker and creator of such unique works as Twin Peaks, has always been a figure of interest, not only for his creative talent, but also for his challenging personal life. Recently, he opened up about his health, which has many fans worried. Lynch's story of coping with illness and life changes can make us reflect on the fragility of human beings. Are you curious about how he faced these difficulties in his later years? Let's learn more about David Lynch's incredible journey. Illness and death. In August 2024, in an interview with Sight and Sound magazine, David Lynch revealed his health status, causing great attention when he shared that he was dealing with emphysema, a chronic lung disease caused by years of smoking. Lynch said that this medical condition forced him to spend most of his time at home and avoid activities that could aggravate his health problems. This also left him facing the possibility of not being able to do any directorial projects shortly. It is known that Lynch has been a long-time smoker, which not only affected his health, but also created a burden in his later years. Throughout his life, Lynch started smoking at a very young age, just 8 years old. He shared that the habit of smoking became an indispensable part of his life for decades, and in 22, after being diagnosed with emphysema, he decided to quit. This decision was not easy, because giving up a habit that had been ingrained in his life since he was a boy. However, this change was not enough to prevent the progression of the disease, and Lynch had to live with increasingly severe shortness of breath. In November 2024, in an interview with People magazine, Lynch continued to share the difficulties he faced with his disease. He said that to maintain daily activities, he had to rely on supplemental oxygen, which made it extremely difficult to perform simple tasks such as walking around the house. "I could barely walk across a room without feeling short of breath," Lynch shared, expressing the despair and pain of someone facing severe physical limitations. Lynch's health continued to deteriorate in early 2025. In January of that year, an emergency occurred when he had to evacuate his home in Southern California due to a large wildfire. While the event raised concerns about his health, it also reflected the severity of the illness Lynch was facing. In the following days, his condition worsened, and doctors said his health was rapidly deteriorating. On January 15, 2025, David Lynch passed away at his daughter's home at the age of 78 after a long battle with illness. His family announced the sad news to the public through TMZ the following day, leaving fans and the world's film community in awe. Despite his difficult final years, Lynch remained a creative icon, with great contributions to film and art, especially with famous works such as Twin Peaks and Blue Velvet. His legacy will forever be associated with innovation and originality in the art world. What do you think of this talented character? Which of his works is your favorite? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more interesting updates. Thank you and see you in the next videos.